don't think the world did. But I'm gonna tell you this: don't call me Juice World, and don't call me Travis Scott. I've been hearing that for like 5 days straight, bro. Like, I'm not Travis Scott. I'm not Juice World. Kind of look like Juice, but I don't try to judge another dude looking like me. That's something I heard from word of mouth. But yeah, man. How are y'all doing? What's up, family? So today, we are going to talk about God and how music has influenced people to take God out of music, this current music today. So, I grew up in the church when I was about 6 months old. So I wouldn't even say that I was indoctrinated to the church. I was just really introduced into, choir music, really good movies like The Prince of Egypt, you know what I'm saying? Joseph and the King of Dreams. Just movies and, entertainment that had an undertone to it. And, when I got to like the age of 12, I say 12 or 13, like I started to just really peep into other music, It was dark music. It was really dark music for me. That was the thing that was resonating. Like if you can put guitars and, have rock samples and samples from old Jones that you could revamp it up and it could sound like some modern day type of, aesthetic type of thing. That's what I was on. But for real, I grew up in the church, Bible Belt. Like, amen. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong with that. And that's what I want to talk about. I think like the algorithm for music nowadays, it has like a certain type of content to it. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, like one of my favorite rappers is Lupe Fiasco. Shout out to Lupe, man. Shout out to that man. You know what I'm saying? Drill Music in Zion is one of my favorite albums of 2022. I really treat it like a 2023 album because I just got put onto it in January, but Drill Music in Zion is a really, really good. It's a good album. Y'all should go listen to it. My favorite track from there, I would say, if it's not Kiosk, it would be Gotti. I think that's what it's called, Gotti. Yeah, it's a 1 minute freestyle song, but bro, it's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Like, I'm starting to get back into my soul sample chopping. You know what I'm saying? Inspired by Kanye on that. Inspired by Cudi on that too. You know what I'm saying? On the soul sample jumps. Shout out to Kanye and Cudi. And one of my great influences in music as well. But in Drill Music in Zion, Lupe was talking a lot about getting in touch with a higher purpose or higher self, looking at things from different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? It actually made it cool to rap about God. You feel what I'm saying? Like he had God in his verses. It's a slightly explicit album. You know what I'm saying? Not every song talks about God. But I appreciate the contributions that he did give to hip hop and to his listeners, especially at the time that, or the position that he's at in his career right now. He can make any type of album. Lupe could just sell an album. You know what I'm saying? I know he had this thing with Atlantic Records, and that was very global. Atlantic Records. Yeah, we're not going to talk about Atlantic today. It's my birthday. We shouldn't talk about no Atlantic Records. No Def Jam, no none of that. Today we're talking about God. You feel me? Them labels don't got nothing to do with God. So, for an example of Lupe preaching about God in an album, especially at the position that he's in, shows me that God is alive and he's moving. God is moving and grooving. And a lot of people took God out of the element of music to sell music, especially with these labels. These labels are promoting the things that they're promoting nowadays, and it has nothing to do with God, but you'll see, Any artists go up to the Grammys, and what's the first thing they say? I'd like to thank God for this Grammy. Thank my mama, my engineer, my label. Peace out, y'all. See y'all. Like they just left a concert. So yeah, man. Like the concept of people like have God in their music, they try to take it out. Yo, Trey, man. Yo, Brody. Yo, that's a New Yorker right there. That's Tri-State right there, bro. Y'all don't know my man's Trey. Shout out to Trey, man. What's going on? But yeah, man. It was like back in the day, it was cool to rap and like put music out about God. You know what I'm saying? Like it was really, really cool. Like if you was a very different type of artist, I think like in the 90s or maybe in the 80s, you were revered, because you was a special talent. You wasn't following the algorithm that a lot of people were doing. You know what I'm saying? You were actually changing it up. And I feel like that's very important. That's needed in music. And 9 times out of 10, it's easier to rap about the money, the cars, fashion. It's so easy because it's like a scapegoat. It's like a get rich quick scheme. You know what I'm saying? Like I was watching A Raisin in the Sun the other day, and that taught me a lot. That taught me a lot about what chasing a dream can be, and most people don't chase God. They chase their dream, the American dream, right? The American dream is to have enough money for you and your family, have a nice car, have a nice house, be able to accessibly go back and forth where you want to go. That's the American dream, right? But where's peace, love, and happiness in this dream? God brings that. You feel me? The soul music was derived from God. You feel me? Like even if you look back in the days where black people were slaves, right? We would sing even though we were in pain. We would sing through the struggle, through the pain. And these hymns became songs. And most of these hymns and songs had God in it, had Jesus in it. And this is not to get on anybody's religion. You know what I'm saying? I can be very optimistic. You know what I'm saying? I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. You feel me? I believe in a higher power. I also believe in the universe. I also believe that certain things that you put out into this world will come back to you. You know what I'm saying? The transfer of energy and karma. I'm not on no Scientology, no New Age thinking. I'm very spiritual. And I know for sure God exists. I know the story of Jesus is real. You feel me? For me personally. That being said, that's being taken out of music. And really, it's just heart-wrenching for certain people who have a very strong foundation in their faith with God, but yet, get clowned about it or, chastised or stereotyped about it. I used to stereotype people all the time. When people used to come to me and be like, man, I'm listening to Kanye West. What are you talking about, kid? I'm listening to Lil Wayne. I'm listening to Rick Ross. I'm listening to Jay, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? These commercial artists, you know what I'm saying? They will probably throw a bar in about God, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of make it feel a little subtle and just be like, oh, man, he talking about God too. You know what I'm saying? Look at this bar he had on his 16th song of his 25-song album. And he said, God forgives, I don't. That's no shot at Ross. There's no shot at Ross. You know what I'm saying? But the album is called God Forgives, I Don't. That's very self-evident, and it just don't sit right with my spirit. So for me as an artist, coming into 2023 and going into the next few months of recording my album, it is strictly about God. It is strictly about positivity and healing and making sure that my brothers and sisters can get to a certain place that I wasn't at in 2012 and I wasn't at 2013. I wasn't at 2014. 2015, it was a trippy year. You feel me? I think that's when, if you're reading this, it's too late came out, the whole Meek Mill. Like, I wasn't with God at that point. And God wasn't in my music. And I regret that. Want to know why? Because I started off with God. The story of Kanye West is going to be an interesting one as well. Because you want to know the first song that Kanye blew up off of? Jesus Walks. You want to know what type of music Kanye is making now? Jesus is King. And just that title right there for the album, Jesus is King, bro. Like, it's dope, man. Even people who are religious and they have their own religion, the fact that this man is incorporating something that is biblical and something that is pure, that can be looked at in a pure light. Because everything is imagery. When it comes to people in the industry, everything is imagery. Like, they could take an all-white suit and put it on somebody, right? That's to represent purity. They could take an all-red suit and put it on somebody to represent the devil, or represent evil. You good, shawty? You good? Hey. Sorry. Baby going crazy. But yeah, you could take an all-white suit and put it on somebody and it's purity. You could take an all-red suit and put it on somebody and it's evil. You know? And that could be looked at in different ways as well. You know? But the fact that you still got purity, you still got sin, they're acknowledging in imagery that this is what's going on. It's a spiritual warfare, y'all. It's a spiritual warfare. And I understand we want to get lit, we want to dance, you know what I'm saying, have fun. Today's my birthday. And you know what I'm saying, there's probably some songs in the club that I'm familiar with. Some songs in the hookah lounge that, you know, you can smoke to, right? I have a smoking problem. You know what I'm saying? It takes me a long time, and it took me a long time to say this, but I was addicted to marijuana, bro. I mean, I don't think, you see, and that's that addiction. It's like I'm fighting my addiction now, man. Like, I was about to say, I don't think you get addicted to marijuana. You could definitely put it down, but yo, it can take control of your life if you let it. For real. It can make you make some bad decisions. It can make your discernment go off. You don't want marijuana in your life like that, bro. If you gotta go through all these hoops and hollers, you don't want to be smoking, bro. I'm telling you now. And that derives you away from God. So, we're going to touch on more about God and music. But I wanted to give an introduction just, you know, for examples of how God is still out here and he could be incorporated in music. You got people like Chance the Rapper that got coloring, what was it, the coloring book? You know what I'm saying? Definitely choir-inspired, gospel-inspired music. You know what I'm saying? It's, the soul is within God. God isn't within you. You feel me? And more people understand that they could get in touch with their higher power instead of these low vibrational songs. You know what I'm saying? Like drill songs or trap songs. Man, there's no shot to drill trap songs. I feel like anybody can express art in anything. So if you are incorporating God, you can incorporate God on drill song. You can incorporate God on trap song. Trust me, it's not hard. It's all about the will for doing it. It's all about knowing what your mission is at. You're either on the black or the white. It's like a chessboard. You know what I'm saying? You're the black or you're the white piece. And usually people choose the black piece because it's more enticing, it's more vague, it's more vogue, it's more mysterious, it's more like, oh yeah, I'm gonna win. You know what I'm saying? I'm the boss, you know, whatever, you know, you can't touch me. But the light piece, that's the one I want to play with. You got the light right behind me. That's the one I want to be around. I don't want to be in no darkness, dog. The dark sucks. It's depression. You gotta compete to be the best depressed person. We don't got time for that. Not in 2023, bro. Not at all. So y'all stay tuned, man. I'm going to give y'all some more lies, bro.